This stream is sponsored by Clear American. Yeah, I brought the blue hair back. I got it done just after the new year, I think. You have to keep like topping it up every 2 or 3 weeks. Wait, you don't have to bleach it every 2 or 3 weeks. You don't have to do that maybe every 6 weeks. But I've taught myself how to bleach my hair myself. So, I mean, it's not a perfect job, but, you know, I'm getting better at it every time. So, it's just, the hardest part is not applying the bleach, it's actually sectioning off your hair. So that's the hard part. And my hair is crazy thick as well. There's so much of it. You know, dyeing your hair any color. I mean, I have to bleach mine to get it this blue. And the problem is that when you bleach your hair, you really have to make sure you don't leave it on too long because you can burn your scalp, obviously. But at the same time, if you don't leave it on long enough, then your hair won't be blue, it'll be green. And I've had that happen a few times, and I don't mean like a nice green, I mean like a really dirty, drowned out, watered down green, and it's just horrendous. I have been green properly before, which was good fun, but green's my favourite colour. But when I tried the blue, I liked the blue the best, so I tend to stick with blue as my hair colour for longer. I mean, it does fade quite fast, so yeah. The maintenance of coloured hair like this is quite high. You have to be committed to the upkeep of it, and if you've got hair colour like this, it does rub onto things, so wear a nightcap. Put your hair in a nightcap when you sleep, otherwise you'll turn all of your bedding blue. And be prepared to also scrub down your shower tray and bath every time, because every time you shower, more colour comes out, and it will stain if you don't clean it up immediately. So, yeah. I personally feel it's worth it if you just put in a little bit of elbow grease into keeping your bathroom stuff clean. Okay, whatever you're eating smells really good. This is when you say, but it's beef! Oh.
It's chicken.
Ah, okay. Right.
Ham.
Uh-huh. And beef!
Turkey.
And beef! I'm just waiting for you to say beef.
And roast beef.
Oh no, they're spamming me with compliments. Help. Frost said, everyone compliment Maddie, she needs them, and now they're like throwing compliments. Maddie is best artist, best character creator, and best streamer. No, I'm not.
She's the most lovely,
Oh no!
beautiful,
No!
talented
No.
artist.
No. No. No.
You said help, you never said who.
Maddie is kind and has good patience. Frost says, cake will not save you.
Of course not. The shy thing that cannot take compliments. Far away, gentlemen.
No. Yeah, after I watched the episode where Baroness von Bonbon was in, I'm like, I'm obsessed with this character now, because her colour palette is just Mary's, which is what the joke is here. I'm gonna add a speech bubble and say, how dare you steal my colour palette. Should it be, how dare you steal my colour palette, or how dare you steal best colour palette ever? No, it should be my colour palette. And because I'm British, I'm going to spell colour with a U. Sorry. I'm going to do it to screw you.
You're in America.
No retort. No! You don't deserve a retort. Don't be embarrassed about asking questions. Also, hi Chris. How you doing? Chris, I'm going to kill you.
What did he say?
Well, Chris, the mod, but Chris, our friend Chris.
Yes, that's who I thought it was.
Yes. Has been driving me crazy because he's seeing Glory Hammer.
Yep.
And he keeps telling me. So he's coming into the live stream purely for the purpose to ask, have you heard of this band called Glory Hammer at all?
Yeah, I know. It's a real awesome band, and we should see it live now.
I have seen them live, but he's seeing them live for the second time.
So you only seen him once.
Yes.
You should see him twice.
He's also seeing either Brothers of Metal or Battle Beasts, and those are bands that I introduced him to. So now I'm just repeatedly saying, I hate you, Chris, I hate you, Chris, I hate you, Chris. Friendship is magic, friendship is magic, friendship is magic, friendship is not magic in this case, friendship is... Isn't friendship magic? No, it's not. Especially if you're called Chris. Quiet, you're not helping.
Hmm?
You're not helping.
Of course not. Hey, yes, I am. Yes, I am.
No, wait a minute, yes I am!
Yes, I am. I'm helping him.
You're not helping me!
Well, yes, that's of course not.
That smile was like, I love you, please don't kill me.
No, it's like, I know I'm right. You know it too.
Mm.
I love how you have the
I have the...
closed caption, and
Yeah. It doesn't always get it right.
yeah, but it's been getting yours right pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't even try with mine. It's like I'm not trying to translate what he's saying.
Nah.
That's a no.
It's maybe because you're too far away for it to detect what you're saying properly. You need to come closer for the closed captions to work.
What does that mean? I don't want to go over there and get his cootie, so
Maddie be a salty munchkin at Chris. Yes, and he keeps rubbing it in. Stupid. He's not my friend anymore. I don't like him. He's stupid. Friendship is no longer magic. They're closed captions, not faraway captions. I love you, really. Wow, you make it difficult.
you love me, better or worse.
Till death do us part, my love.
I should really be worried because you have a sword on that side of the room.
And I know how to use it too.
Yep. But it'll take you about 3 seconds to get it, which will give me 3 seconds to get out of the house.
Maybe I'll wait until you're asleep.
Are you sure go to sleep after you do?
Maybe I'll set an alarm and you won't hear the alarm and then I'll have my revenge. I shall have my merengue!
Merengue.
Merengue! I won't be traversing space, Dundee. Sadly not. And people are like, what are they talking about? What's going on? If you guys know, power metal bands are my favorite music. I introduced Chris the Scot to a lot of power metal bands, and he's been able to see them live more often than I have, and I hate him for it. And then he's like, but I bought you a gig shirt at Glory Hammer when they went to Glasgow, and I'm like, uh-huh. So that makes it okay. It does not make it okay. It will never be okay. Yeah, I watched the episode Rarity Takes Manhattan, and I forgot all about when she yells, "Isn't friendship magic?" I forgot all about that, so I laughed so hard at that line. So I'm like, how did I miss that? I'm gonna steal that line and use it. I already have. I did it earlier. Stupid. I'm going to tell Meg what Chris is doing and get him into trouble.
Go for it.
I will. Chris, I'm sending Meg after you. You're doomed, boy! Have we ever seen Mary get angry or pissed before? Yes, all the time. When she was angry and pissed in the very first video she appeared in. And she called Maddie a total bitch, so yes.
Also, look at what she did to Lord Insert Name here.
Lord insert name here. Lord insert broom here, more like.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be Mr. Munchkin?
Right?
Because you're married to me, apparently that makes you Mr. Munchkin. I don't think he knows how to answer that. Or Mr. Mad.
Yep. Madly in love with you.
Oh my god.
Fire away the compliments now, guys. She's down. Her shields are down.
That was crap. Sorry everyone. I accidentally pulled the headphone jack out of the speakers. You made me do that. It's your fault.
It was super effective. Are they firing away at the compliments?
No.
They are firing away at the compliments, aren't they?
No. Sappiest line ever, my man. That's what they're saying.
Sappiest line ever you ever heard. Guess what? It still worked.
No. Bring on the mushy stuff. No. Don't give him permission.
Oh yes, my sweet blueberry cake.
What?
Muffin.
What?
Ooh, muffin. That would actually be a good thing right now, having a blueberry muffin.
We don't have any blueberry muffins.
I know. I'm sorry.
We have cookies. Have a cookie.
Yeah, I have one.
Oh. I haven't had any of those cookies yet.
They're good.
Mhm.
Especially the ones that have caramel added into them. And it's salted.
They're salted caramel?
Yeah. Not those, but they got another brand that's salted caramel.
We need to get salted caramel cookies
And they
then.
actually got ones that have marshmallow in them as well.
I'm not keen on marshmallow all that much, but I mean, I can try it, but last time I had marshmallow I didn't like it. But that could have just been like a bad batch of marshmallow. I've also never had a s'more.
That needs to change.
I've never had a s'more. This is why I want a fire pit. Because then we can have s'mores whenever we want. Chris has typed in large capital letters, "We need to get Maddie a s'more!"
But how can she have s'more if she never had a s'more? You never
Ha
seen
ha ha ha
Sad
ha.
Life.
Frost says, "Of course you didn't like the marshmallow. It's technically cannibalism. Because I'm a marshmallow, apparently." What is the cheesiest thing Kik has said to you? I refer to what he said 5 minutes ago. If Kik ever does something to annoy you, do the Mary voice for the rest of the day to punish him. That wouldn't be a punishment because he would just find it funny. Then he would just be laughing all day.
Yes.
He's got a big, massive grin on his face right now.
Yes.
You have laughter lines. Do you know that?
Huh?
You have laughter lines.
What do you mean?
Like, when you smile, like, it leaves, you decreases that, yeah. When you're not smiling, the lines are still kind of there. So, it's laughter lines.
Ah.
Yeah. Joey just asked, aren't you lactose intolerant? If so, how are you handling all this cheese? Daily belief, that's how. I take dietary supplements for all this cheese. I take a dietary supplement for my lactose intolerancy, and I also take a dietary supplement for my insomnia. So, meh.
I mean, sappiest line, though.
See, the thing is, you have a better memory than I do. So you've probably got, like, in your mind palace, like,
Yes.
all of the sweet things you've ever said to me, and you're just like, you get up in the morning and you just be like, which one would I use today? Just like scroll through them, like, I think I'll use this one today.
Like, if you were in the Dungeons and Dragons world, or in their worlds, all the dragons would start a massive war. Because dragons like unique, pretty things, and they would start a war over Maddie to have her. But they would all lose because I would kill them all. Because she is mine. My Maddie.
I'm gonna cry. Stop it. Stop it. What are you doing to me? It's not fair. There's people watching. There's like 16 people listening to this. Jeez.
17.
17 people. Not 16. Screw you.
Hey! Get back here! It's like, yes, she cannot torment me. I always turn it back. I'm Wobbuffet, pretty much. Counter mirror coat for the win.
Wait a minute, does that make me Jessie? Like you just appear at the most inconvenient times with compliments, and Jessie's like, no! Get back in your Pokeball! Is Kick your kryptonite?
Yes.
Yes. Instead of kryptonite, it's Kick at night.
Yes.
Kick is Maddie's sun rays.
Yes.
You're just giving him all this encouragement. It's not fair. You're all against me. I hate you all. Huh?
For some reason, I could see Mary tell Kick, get away from my Maddie.
That implies something about Mary, which I am not going to confirm. No. Mary is asexual and aromantic. So
She's in love with herself.
she's in love with herself. Yeah.
Imagine Kick getting Maddie and Mary in a reality show like Friends. Who broke it? I'm not mad, but who broke it? It was
I don't know if I know any artists that draw in that.
Doc. No.
Yes,
no,
Doc. What about Doc?
No,
What?
the Friends thing where he goes, "Who broke it?" It's Doc. Who broke it?
Who?
I'm
No,
not-
it's not
I'm
who
not.
broke it. It would be who broke it.
Exactly. Who broke? I'm not
Who?
mad.
I'm not mad.
I just want to know.
I just
Well,
want to
Doc,
know.
I'm
Why
not-
are you coming up that? Why? What? Okay, sorry. The brush type changed to color burn for some reason, and I'm like, I did not tell you to do that. The only time I've seen Mary get mad is when voiced bossed her around in that April Fool's video. She has been angry in almost every single video that she's been in on my channel.
What's up?
Someone's saying that the only time they've seen Mary mad is when Voice bossed her around in the April Fool's video. That's the only time you've seen her mad in the TF2 series. She's been mad and angry in my videos, in every single video she's in at some point.
Oh yeah. Doc always seems not the not mad but disappointed kind of person.
Very much so.
just seeing him doing that with his fingers.
Not mad.
And then it's like in the back when they're going in the background, like going fire. It's like going.
I'm not mad. Yes, you are. It's okay to be angry.
He's sitting there, he's talking to the camera, where he's like going, "I broke it on accident, but I would like to see if anyone was gonna have." This is a team building exercise.
This is a learning opportunity. What have we learned?
I will kill you with friendship.
Yes. That's from a TikTok video. So it's not my idea. But I saw the video, someone showed it to me, and I'm like, I need to do Imagine Mary doing that, because that's just drawing Mary screaming, I will kill you with friendship. Just, yes. Cute. She's...
Remember that time she turned you pink, your outfit pink?
Yeah, because I watched Barbie Life in the Dream House.
Really? Really?
You watched Barbie Life in the Dream House without me!
Episodes. Not one episode, but...
Huh?
Well, it was also Mary slapping people.
Yeah, she slapped Thespiel.
Ah. Is Kick the type to try and defend your honor?
No, he would probably just stand and point and laugh.
Depends. I mean, if it's an outright lie and it's like going, where's your evidence then?
It's true though, I like something up like I fall flat on my face or do something stupid or get hurt, you just be like
You still you do the same.
Yeah, I know. I would do the same.
You said Thespiel and it's the closed caption said cesspool.
I'm gonna tell Will that YouTube picture called Cesspool. They're at Everfree Northwest right now, so which I'm not jealous about at all. No. No. Nope. Yeah, I wanted to be at a convention. I can't be at a convention yet, it's yours. What a lovely voice. I don't know why I started talking like pain right there. Like, where did that come from? What does Kick think of Silver's puns?
What? Love them.
That's not the right answer. That's not the right answer! Have you ever seen the movie Yellow Submarine? And if so, what did you think of the animation? Incredibly trippy. My favorite thing is, right, I think it was Ringo, or one of them said, I've got a hole in me pocket. And then he literally pulls out an actual hole and uses it at some point in the movie. It's similar to like the hole in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where they threw an actual literal hole at a wall and then they were able to put their hand in it. I've got a hole in me pocket. I just thought that was really clever, so.
Well, somebody has said quick everybody throw puns in the chat.
No. No. This is a good idea. I'm glad I decided to live stream today. I hope you guys have been enjoying it too so far. It's not the first time that people are saying Mary Sue actually ticked off, because she's been angry in a lot of videos that she's been in on my channel. So it's interesting that people are saying this is the first time they've seen her angry, when literally in the first video she's in, like, she's angry. And then a few others she's angry at some point or another. So I find that interesting. That people aren't yeah. That's weird. But in the episode where Lord insert name here, Mary attacks Lord off screen, so
With the broom.
with the broom. Yeah, and then in one video she runs off to stop the haters, but she comes back with blood on her, so all the haters have been destroyed. It's weird that people are not remembering that she does these things, but I don't know why, but okay. Yeah, remember Lord says, wait, what are you going to do with that room? And then screams. And she also has the Friendship Positivity Axe, depicting these moments in my videos. I mean, I know like a lot of people will probably be going by what they remember in the TF2 series, because in all fairness, Mary hasn't featured on my channel for a while, so I understand that, but at the same time it is kind of frustrating, but that's what happens when you're not able to make content as regularly as you would have liked. So I'm hoping I'll be able to make content again on a regular basis now that I'm a bit more settled, but we'll see. No pressure on myself whatsoever. When will Kick get his weapon? Frost says Kick's weapon is his witty tongue.
Yes.
Chris says you are a bard.
Possibly.
Mary acts like she can't stand. Maddie acts like she can't stand Mary on TF2 because Maddie doesn't want Mary there. So it's not that she can't stand her, it's just that she doesn't want Mary to follow her everywhere she goes. But she ends up being everywhere she goes anyway.
You're both wrong. Kick's weapon is Maddie.
It picks me up like a bloody battering ram. I'm respecting your privacy by knocking, but enforcing my authority as your husband by coming in anyway.
Yep.
You know how we've got a running gag in the TF2 commentary series where I think it was either me or Joey that brought it up first. It was a reference to the British comedy show The Young Ones, where Rick asks Vivian, "Oh, have we got a video?" Like over and over. Well, not he doesn't do it over and over, but lots of people ask him, "Have we got a video?" And Vivian gets angrier and angrier. Well, someone just like said that quote, "Have we got a video?" But instead of video, it's, "Oh, have we got a bludgeoning?" Yes, we've got a bludgeoning. Joey, we need to somehow put that line in a TF2 episode. Oh, have we got a live stream? Yes, we've got a live stream. This is when the connection drops. No, we don't have a live stream.
Get rid of the telly. Oh, I've been training while I like for this.
Or we could have like Maddie or Joey or Jasper, sorry, say to Lightning, "Oh, have you got a minigun?" Because she hates it when we do that line because we've said it so many times. She's sick and tired of the joke. So I'm like, I really want to use it, and if we're allowed to use that line in a TF2 episode, then I will promise Bliss that we will not use that line ever again. He's already jotting it down. Let me take your... Oh, there, jot it down. I want to draw Carla Maria at some point. That might be the next speed draw video. I might do that tomorrow. We'll see. I'm really glad that people enjoy the TF2 series so much. I genuinely do. It's a show that people that are involved in it work really hard on. It's just sometimes I get a bit frustrated when like people talk about that more than my own content, or they talk about moments with Maddie and Mary from that but not from my own channel, and that kind of it's frustrating, but I'm still happy that people enjoy this series. Like I said, we work hard on it, so yeah. I mean, I don't work hard on it, I just provide voices and a little bit of writing, that's about it, but I don't consider that hard. Well, people will enjoy the old it's not old to them if they've watched it recently, because half the time people don't look at dates when they watch stuff online, so yeah. I think it's not so much that people or artists, well, maybe I'm making an assumption here, but like for me, like it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's like a franchise or like you're drawing the same thing over and over again, you're going to get tired of repetition. So whether it's MLP or Star Trek or, you know, anything, you get bored if you're doing the same kind of thing over and over, or you get you end up in a box where people are like only going to look at certain content. You have no control over what people will, what content will be more popular. It's not something that you have any control over, unless you only cover one type of thing exclusively and don't do anything else. Like I try to make the point that I didn't start off as an MLP YouTuber or artist. I don't refer to myself as an MLP YouTuber or artist. It just so happens that my MLP content on my channel is the most popular. So it's important to me to have variety, because there's a difference between consistency and repetition. If you're constantly doing the same kind of thing over and over again, you're going to get bored, and other people are going to get bored too. So it's good to mix things up every now and then. I mean, find your niche, but at the same time, make sure that you're leaving the door open so that you're able to do other things. Or if you decide like you've made certain type of content for a certain amount of time and you don't want to do that anymore, and then people ask when are you going to do that again, and you'll be like, oh, I'm not doing that anymore. And if people stop watching your stuff because of that, that's up to them. It's not your fault. It's, at the end of the day, it's your channel, it's your content. You decide what you want to do, and if you want to move on, then move on. If you want to change up, then change up. So it helps to keep things fresh for you as the creator. What do I think about all the stuff that's happening with HBO Max? Oh lordy, I watched Saberspark's video about the topic earlier on, but he also brought up, talked about how streaming sites treat the animation industry, and it's awful. It's very worrying and concerning that this is happening, and projects, movies and shows that are finished are still being cancelled in spite of being completed. That is very scary. Like, to think that you could invest all that time and effort into something, like, as a creative person, and think, hooray, I've got this thing that I've worked my ass off and it's about to be released into the universe. People are going to see what I can do, and then suddenly, in spite of the fact that it's complete, it gets yeeted off streaming sites without warning, and it's terrifying. The disrespect that the animation industry has had this year is just ridiculous. So it needs to change, because animation is cinema. Without animation, there would be no cinema. So yeah, it's a medium that really needs to not be swept under the rug like it has been treated, like it doesn't matter because it's not live action. So there's a stigma with animation, like people that aren't a fan of animation just have this opinion that, oh, it's just for kids, it's not important. And I'm like, well, surely if you have that opinion that it is for kids, then surely it is important, in spite of the fact that, not all animation is for children, just like not all live action is for adults. So it's a really stupid, like, really out of touch attitude to have. It's like, I'm not going to watch this thing just because it's animated. I'm not going to watch this thing just because it's live action. It's like, it's very unlikely for someone to have the attitude toward live action that they have toward animation. So it's the amazing thing about animated movies and TV shows, everything is made from scratch. Everything you see on screen, someone had to sit down and design. everything. With live action, it's like some live action movies that is a factor, but most of the time it's not. Like, things are already pre-made. I think the possible exception would be any film made by Weta Studios, or that Weta Studios is involved with, because they make everything from scratch, which is really impressive. From the perspective of a full-time artist like myself, with what's happening to HBO, it's very scary and sad that so many shows have just gone. Uncle Grandpa, Infinity Train. I haven't even seen Infinity Train, but I thought, hey, I'll get around to it eventually. It's like on streaming sites, I can watch it. Can't anymore. So really missed the boat on that one. And a lot of these shows won't get like physical releases either, so there's not even that option. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I fully understand why this is happening, because I haven't done enough research into the topic. But I'm still going to say, as a creator, it makes me really worried about, or apprehensive about, like, if I ever got the opportunity to make a Maddie and Mary show, for instance, that is like a dream come true. But now it's like, after seeing what's happening with HBO and a lot of shows, they're just gone. I'm like, well, that's soul destroying. Like, if I was able to create a Mad Mary series and got like lots of talented people involved with helping me to do that, and then it just gets taken down without any explanation, I would feel responsible for that. I would feel like it was somehow my fault, and everyone that worked on it now has to deal with the fact that all of their hard work has been wasted, you know? If people aren't aware of what's happening with HBO Max, just type HBO Max and animation into Google and you'll find an article about what's happening. And Saber Sparks has also made a video about what's happening, and I'm sure lots of other YouTubers have as well. I've only watched Saber Sparks' video on it so far, but it's ridiculous. A lot of shows that were on like Warner Brothers Discovery and Discovery Plus, I mean, and Paramount and some on Netflix as well, they've just been taken off without warning. Shows that were on Adult Swim and then they were on Netflix, they're gone as well. So. And it's weird that there's shows that were on Adult Swim, it's clearly animation that's not for kids, but it's being treated the same as an animated show for children is. It's weird. I mean, animation isn't just for kids, it's for everyone. Regardless if it's, even if it is like G-rated animated movie or show, I am of the opinion that it's not just for kids, it's for everyone. Just like a live action movie that's got a G rating is also not just for kids, it's for everyone, because it's family friendly, which means it's stuff that the family can watch together. So yeah, I don't like how people think, oh, it's family friendly, I don't need to watch that, I'm an adult. You know, my kids can watch it, I don't need to watch it. And I'm of the opinion, just because something is family friendly doesn't mean you should automatically let your kids watch it on their own. There might be content in there that a child might be confused about and they want to ask questions about it, and if you haven't seen it, then you have no context, so then you can't answer their question. Like, say if a child watched The Lion King, for instance, on their own, and then the child was at that age where there's just starting to comprehend the topic of death, and they can't ask their parent about it because they didn't watch it with them. So, or if they do, and the parent somehow hasn't seen The Lion King, and I'm talking about the original Lion King, not the terrible live action one. Like, it's about connecting and conversing and talking about these themes that are very difficult to talk about, but movies and TV shows that touch on these themes make it easier because it's easier to talk about because you've got an example, like an exaggerated example to talk about. So, yeah. The animation is for kids only stick did not come from Disney. It happened over time because it's initially when animation started, it was very much an adult only thing. It wasn't family friendly at all. And then what Disney did, they made it more accessible for a general audience. They didn't make it only for kids. That was something that developed over time and became worse during the 80s and 90s because that's when, animation on television on Saturday mornings came along, and that the target demographic for cartoons airing in the mornings were for kids before they went to school or before they went out for the day at the weekend, whatever. And so the animation wasn't targeting children, it was the commercials on the commercial breaks that were targeting children, and that in itself is wrong. So yeah, it's this is all opinionated stuff, but I'm just saying how I feel about this stuff. I'm not telling you that to feel the same way as me, I'm just saying how I feel about it. I hope I don't come off as, you must think the same way as me. No. And if I ever sound like that, please tell me. We are almost done. People just began to disacknowledge the fact that adult-oriented animations even existed. Well, not necessarily. It was that the cartoons that were only suitable for adults weren't as commercially accessible as family-friendly. So it wasn't, what's the word? Marketed the same. Like, for instance, old Betty Boop cartoons aren't marketed the same way as Mickey Mouse cartoons, not just because they're made by different companies, but because Betty Boop cartoons are very much for adults, not for children. Or, say, some of the early Looney Tunes cartoons, or, the stuff that was made for World War II propaganda, a lot of that was definitely more catered for adult viewing rather than children, because it was being made for a different reason. It wasn't made for entertainment, it was made for propaganda, so it had a different reason to be made. So it wasn't marketed the same, it was marketed differently because it was being used to encourage people to join the military instead of going to a theatre. So it served a different purpose, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, the first R-rated movie that was made in the Western world anyway was made by Ralph Bakshi. So that wasn't until the 70s or 80s. I can't remember when Fritz the Cat was actually released, but there was other R-rated animated movies. They just weren't in the Western English industry. MLP is for everyone, not just for children, not just for little girls. It's marketed to little girls, but it's not just for little girls. Just like how, say for instance, Star Wars or TMNT is not just for boys, it's for everyone. Girls can like TMNT and Transformers, just like boys can like MLP and Barbie if they want, you know. I don't agree with like people saying, oh, you can't like this because it's not for your gender. Like, that's a form of gatekeeping. That's not fair. So yeah, I don't think it's right to tell people that, hey, you can't like this, you're a woman, you shouldn't like that, or you're a man, you shouldn't like that. I'm like, meh. Like what you like, who cares? It's like when I grew up, I liked cars, I liked Lego, I liked building things, and I didn't like Barbies, I didn't like ponies when I was a kid, when I was a little girl. But I was told, hey, you're a girl, you should like this. And I'm like, well, I don't. So does that mean there's something wrong with me? And sometimes people said yes to that question. So I'm like, okay. I didn't care. I'm like, well, I like this, so I'm just going to play with this. Given a choice between a Barbie and a car, I chose the car. Every time. I did own Barbies when I was a kid, I just didn't really play with them as much as I did cars. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and take care, stay creative and all that other nonsense. Wash your hands, stay safe, put your shopping cart away, wear your seatbelt, you know, all that awesome stuff. Just be awesome to each other. Be excellent to each other. Alright. Take care, guys. Bye.